Where there is action, there is reaction. Expected, and it has already started playing out. After the euphoria of the cabinet rejig to breathe some new life into the government, to give a final push before the 2014 elections, and now, of course, the exercise might just fall flat on its face, at least part of it, because the rumblings have already started. BJP has been very quick to exploit Jaipal Reddy's reported unhappiness with this portfolio change. The BJP is claiming that the Prime Minister has removed Jaipal Reddy under pressure from corporate lobbyists. Of course, it is come as a huge surprise for many people that Jaipal Reddy, otherwise seen as a very efficient and honest minister, was shunted out unceremoniously from the Petroleum Ministry. And yes, the rumblings have been there that this has happened only because of corporate pressure. And now it seems that there is going to be a whole lot of politics that is going to be played over this issue. Javed Ansari now joins us for more on this story. Javed, just take us through exactly what are we picking up at this point of time. Yes, even yesterday we were shocked that this was a surprise announcement. This was a surprise person to be dropped from his portfolio. What is the government telling us? What are your sources telling you? What was the reason why he was removed if it was not under corporate influence?
Well, the government and the Congress leadership would want us to believe, would want the world to believe that Mr. Jaipal Reddy's removal has nothing to do with either his performance or influence exerted by forces outside the political spectrum. But the popular opinion and the general buzz here is that Jaipal paid the price for throwing the roll book, for following the rules and for taking on the high and the mighty. Jaipal Reddy in his long career has had a long and unblemished career, and he has a squeaky clean image. So therefore, when you present an opportunity like this, the opposition is obviously going to milk it for whatever it's worth. And it's now for the Prime Minister and for the Congress leadership to come up with a cogent explanation as to why Jaipal Reddy was made to pay the price for doing what he did as Petroleum Minister of India.
Javed, just hang there for a second, because what we are witnessing is, of course, even Arvind Kejriwal calling Jaipal Reddy as an honest man. We are getting, of course, some reactions also from the Congress. Manish Tiwari, I understand, is speaking to media persons. Let's see if we can actually go across and understand how is the taking over ceremony really working at this point of time.
Other ministries does not really have a regulatory remit in that sense of the word. There are various stakeholders to the entire process, and the method that we have always favored and which we would continue with is to try and evolve a consensus on contentious and sensitive issues so that, we can take things forward with.
All right. So, of course, Manish Tiwari, also one of the ministers taking over his duties as I&B Minister with independent charge. That will be very crucial. Of course, that's a huge jump up for Manish Tiwari, till now just a spokesperson. But coming back to the big story that we are breaking at this point of time, we are already getting to see rumbles. Till now, it was just speculation as to why this man on your television screen, Mr. Reddy, was removed from his position. But now we are seeing the opposition also milk this issue, saying that he was removed by the Prime Minister because the Prime Minister has been pressurized by vested corporate interests. Let's listen in to Venkaiah Naidu.
नहीं, इसका समाधान प्रधानमंत्री को देना पड़ेगा, कांग्रेस पार्टी को देना पड़ेगा। क्या इंडस्ट्रियल हाउसेस का दबाव में आके आपने पोर्टफोलियो चेंज किया? मैं ये मानता हूं, स्वीकार करता हूं, किसको मंत्री बनाना, किसको कौन सी पद देना, कौन सी पोर्टफोलियो देना, ये प्रधानमंत्री का अधिकार है। मगर जो पब्लिक डोमेन में विषय आया, जो इश्यू अभी डिस्प्यूट चल रहा है प्राइसिंग के बारे में, गैस का प्राइसिंग के बारे में, उस विषय में इंडस्ट्रियल हाउस का दबाव में आके प्रधानमंत्री ने जयपाल रेड्डी को उस पोर्टफोलियो से हटाया। ये चर्चा देश भर में चल रहे, मीडिया में आ रहे, इसका प्रधानमंत्री को जवाब देना पड़ेगा।
All right, so very clearly at this point of time, we are getting more information. Javed Ansari has been tracking all the details coming in from the Congress. Karthike also now joins us. Karthike, Javed was just telling us that the Congress is obviously giving its own version, saying that this has got nothing to do with corporate interests. What we are not being able to figure out, and please help us if your sources are telling you anything, why this reshuffle? What will now the Congress do? Because it's getting itself in a sticky situation. Venkaiah Naidu actually coming out and making an allegation against the Prime Minister on a cabinet reshuffle now. All right, seem to have lost that line with Karthike, but we'll keep coming back to Karthike for more information. Javed, if you're still with us, just a quick word on exactly, is this reshuffle going to see more problems really for the Congress than to sort them out? Because now the opposition has got an opportunity here to make hay even in a cabinet reshuffle, something perhaps that wasn't really the order of the day earlier.
Look, Akash, it is understandable that the likes of Jaipal Reddy, Shrikant Jana will feel missed. The likes of Renuka Chaudhary and Vilas Mutumwar might be a bit disappointed at being overlooked. But the fact of the matter is that this is not something new that has happened. Every time there is a cabinet expansion or reshuffle, those who get in are happy, those who are left out are disappointed. And it carries on for a day or two, and then people generally fall in line, events overtake you, and people get on with their lives. Jaipal Reddy is a very senior person. He's a very experienced person. He knows that these, rise and fall, the ebbs and flows in politics are all par for the course. One day you're down, the next day you're up. Who would have known that, Mr. Virappa Moily, who was shunted out of Law Ministry, the last reshuffle would make a comeback, or that somebody like Ashwani Kumar would be Law Minister one day. So these are things that happen in politics, and you just need to take it on the chin and
Javed,
get on with it.
What about the Petroleum Ministry in particular? Mr. Deora, now Mr. Reddy, now you have another incumbent. Is there corporate interests in the Petroleum Ministry? Do corporate bodies actually influence the decision? I think that's a serious allegation that is being made against the Prime Minister.
So that is indeed a very serious allegation, and it's for the Prime Minister and the Congress leadership to, explain things and do things in a transparent manner. But yes, this, again, like I said earlier, every time a petroleum minister, or there are certain key ministries which deal economic ministries, every time a minister is changed or brought about, there is this buzz in political circles as to, external influences being having influence there.
Yes.
But whether it actually happens or not, till we have some concrete proof, it's very difficult to say.
Absolutely. But obviously, the BJP is not waiting for proof. You have Mr. Virappa Moily, who has made that allegation. Now, the BJP making hay of the situation. We'll keep a track on that situation.